What's going on, everybody? My name is LB, the realist with Surrealistic Studios, Surreal News, where the real is surreal. Thank you for joining me on another segment today. Hit that like button, hit that comment when I'm done, share this video, and subscribe to me if you haven't before so I can keep bringing you news. So, key vote, Cinema, says she's a no on Democrats' $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. So this is going to be from NewYorkPost.com. Don't shoot the messenger, bro. Don't shoot me, bro. Don't shoot the messenger, bro. I'm just bringing you to the news as I'm reading it. So here we go here. A key Democrat said Wednesday she will not support a proposed $3.5 trillion spending plan that her party had hoped to ram through the Senate without support from Republicans. Senator Kyrsten Sinema, a Democrat in Arizona, said in a statement, "I support many of the goals in this proposal to continue creating jobs, growing American competitiveness, and expanding economic opportunities for Arizonans. I do not support a bill that costs $3.5 trillion. Here we go. Fiscally responsible Kyrsten Sinema here. The announcement means Democrats will likely need to reduce the scope of the legislation to secure the support of Sinema and her fellow moderates. Senator Joe Manchin, a Democrat in West Virginia. With the Senate split 50-50, Democrats cannot afford to have a single member of their conference defect if they want to pass a so-called reconciliation bill with just 51 votes. The $3.5 trillion plan, backed by Socialist Senate Budget Committee Chairman Bernie Sanders, an independent from Vermont, would have called for a massive infusion of cash for education initiatives like universal pre-kindergarten, Medicare expansion, efforts to counter the effects of climate change, and more. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says in a tweet, "Good luck tanking your own party's investment on child care, climate action, and infrastructure while presuming you'll survive a 3-vote House margin, especially after choosing to exclude members of color from negotiations and calling that a bipartisan accomplishment." Wow. And that was in response to a tweet that she retweeted from Dan Nowicki. Senator Kyrsten Sinema doesn't support Democrats' $3.5 trillion bill, clinches bipartisan infrastructure deal. And then it goes on to say here, describing the tweet, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a Democrat from New York, lashed out at Sinema over her announcement Wednesday, tweeting what I just read to you guys. "Good luck tanking your own party's investment on child care, climate action, and infrastructure while presuming you'll survive a 3-vote House margin, especially after choosing to exclude members of color from negotiations and calling for a bipartisan accomplishment." Sinema is also one of the key negotiators on a bipartisan $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. Earlier Wednesday, another negotiator, Senator Rob Portman, a Republican in Ohio, told reporters that the group had reached an agreement on the major issues and was prepared to move forward. "We expect to move forward this evening. We're very excited to have a deal," Sinema confirmed to reporters, adding that the group already has most of the text done, so we'll be releasing it today and we'll update it as we get those last pieces finalized. Senate Republicans blocked a procedural vote on the smaller bill set by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat of New York, on the grounds that the bill was not yet finished. Democrats had hoped to pass the $1.2 billion plan before turning their attention to the larger reconciliation measure. On the House side, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a Democrat in California, has repeatedly said that she will not bring the bipartisan plan up for a vote until the Senate passes a larger reconciliation measure. Pelosi stood by that plan again on Wednesday. "All right, the point is we have to see it. Have you seen it?" she told reporters. "We are rooting for it. We're hoping for the best. That's good news. Just as we came in, we heard that they thought they were even closer. We've heard that before." So again, this is going to be from New York Post. Democrats are planning to move to the center, to move moderate, to appease moderate Democrats on this reconciliation bill. So Bernie Sanders actually has some words to say about this just today, actually, and this is going to be from Breaking Points with Crystal, Kyle, and friends. Well, just Breaking Points with Crystal on this one. And I'll go ahead and play it here so you guys can take a listen.
let's talk a little bit about the infrastructure plan, the bipartisan plan. There was a lot of focus and obsession, I would say, with getting a couple of Republicans on board with this plan so that you can pass it in a bipartisan way. The reports are it includes some privatization schemes, things like asset recycling, which is basically just a fancy name for selling off some public works. Do you expect to vote in favor of that bill based on what you know?
Good question. All right, look. Between you and me, don't tell anybody. I think this whole process doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Look, you got needs out there. Should we invest heavily in rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure, roads, bridges, water, huge problem, wastewater plants, broadband? All of those are huge issues. Of course we should do it. My own preference would have been to do it in one bill. That's all. And get the 50 votes plus the vice president that we need. Again, there are 50 members of the Democratic caucus. Some felt it very important to, for whatever reason, to show the world that they can work with Republicans, and that's what this process is about. So I think by and large, and we haven't seen the fine print of this legislation yet, as you and I chat, I think the investments are sensible. Roads, bridges, all that stuff. Creates jobs, it's important. What we call the pay-fors, how these things are going to be funded, in many ways do not make a lot of sense to me based on what I have seen up to now. They are pretty conservative approaches. And the reason for that is Republicans, of course, don't want to raise any taxes on the wealthy or large corporations. So the Democratic negotiators are caught in a bind.
What's your understanding right now of those pay-fors?
I think the
asset recycling.
Yeah, that is the idea that we privatize infrastructure, that we give over roads and bridges and parking meters or whatever it may be to the private sector, I think is a very foolish idea. I'm not a great fan of privatization. And what they are also doing is taking money from other pots of money that were passed in previous COVID bills, which should be used later on. Concern about small businesses, restaurants, etc. So in general, the pay-fors are not good. But here is the bottom line, and this is the world that we live in. We have 50 votes. One person says no, nothing happens. So I am willing to go along, I think, I want to see the final details, of the bipartisan bill if there is 100% agreement on the part of the Democrats who are negotiating this, that they are going to go along with the reconciliation package.
And do you have those assurances today?
That is a very good question. And the fate of all I can tell you is, if I have anything to say about it, there will not be a bipartisan bill unless there is a reconciliation bill.
Well, there you have it, folks. Bernie Sanders said it himself. There will not be a bipartisan bill if there isn't a reconciliation bill. So he will block it. So leave me your thoughts in the comment section below on this particular situation that we have unfolding here. Like this video, share, comment, and subscribe. All that jazz. Love, peace, and light, folks. Hopefully this shirt wasn't too wrinkly on camera. Feel the burn. You know what I'm saying? 2016 campaign for Bernie Sanders. I was there when he came out to San Diego, and it was so much energy. There was so much energy behind Bernie Sanders. It was incredible. And everybody was feeling good, and we were so mobilized and so unified. And the Democrat Party screwed us. The Democrat Party, because they're far from democratic. The Democrat Party screwed us and basically stomped out what was left of the momentum that Bernie created. So like I said, I will always appreciate Bernie Sanders for what he did, as far as energizing the base, as far as energizing the movement and waking people up, because he woke me up politically. You know what I'm saying? So I will always appreciate him for that. I don't always appreciate his decisions. I'm very disappointed in a lot of his decisions, but leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think this is an example of him actually using his power and actually fighting against, the establishment? Or is this, is this just meaningless in a way? Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below on this. Hopefully I was loud enough. Hopefully the video the sound quality is good enough. I will be working on some new things, on some new studio equipment, thanks to my supporters out there. So shout out my supporters out there. Gail, shout out Marduk, shout out Brooks, shout out all my supporters out there. I appreciate you guys. And find my information down below. Until next time, folks, I'm out.